You get to choose how you want to live. You get to choose what you want to manifest. Today's video may ruffle some feathers, but that's okay. I feel like I'm being called to deliver this message, and I hope that it's received. Today, I'm going to teach you how to elevate your core frequency to be able to live in a state of joy and bliss. I'm going to simplify this process by focusing on one emotional state and then how to transmute that emotion into another emotional state. Now, why is this important? Because you get to choose how you want to live. You get to choose what you want to manifest. Yes, you create your reality. If you tend to get caught up in negative situations or you find yourself around negative people that tend to drain your energy, then please keep listening. Because you see, there's a way out of this cycle of negativity. And maybe it's negativity, or maybe you're super sensitive. But I believe that we are supposed to live in a high frequency of love, joy, and bliss. Now listen to this short clip from Lori Spagna as she describes how most people are living and really what our core frequency is.
The language of energy is more and more going to be the truth of who we are, because people are becoming more and more energetically sensitive and energetically aware. And we're recognizing that in order to live in our ideal and optimal way, and in accordance with our most benevolent best, we must be compatible with the energies we desire. So we're learning, like, this energy doesn't feel so good. This energy does feel good. But in order for me to be more harmonious with what I like and enjoy, not only do I have to be my frequency and embody those energies, but I also have to be able to distinguish and discern and navigate, right? Because I can't reject an energy and then assume that I can be the energy I want by rejecting something I don't like. Is this making sense? If we identify an energy that we don't like, this happens all the time with empaths and supersensitives. We'll be like, oh, this energy does not feel good to me. I don't want it. But what that does is that puts people in a state of polarity, push, pull. What we're elevating into is beyond even unity, is plurality, which is where we recognize all that is without really judging it necessarily, and then free will consciously choosing the vibratory state that we enjoy the most, that we most resonate. This is why when people talk about raising their vibration, they only have part of the picture. Why? Because the idea of raising your vibration is what elevates you. It's important for sure. But even as you're raising your vibration, you're still determining, this energy feels good, this energy doesn't feel good, this energy feels right, this energy doesn't feel right. You have to find really what's really true is your core frequency, which is the energetic space that you embody, that is most where you're most aligned with the divinity within you.
Yes, your core frequency is when you are aligned with the divinity within you. I love that. And I feel like it's when you're aligned with your soul, with your higher self. So how do you get there? How do you raise your vibration? Well, you don't do it by doing what so many people do. They say things like, I'm affected by negative energy. I'm highly sensitive. People drain my energy. I just want to be a hermit and stay home. I don't want to be around people. Yes, I hear these words from people all the time. But by saying these words, you are making it so. Because your words have a strong vibratory force. So do you want to take on other people's energy? Or would you rather have an elevated core frequency of love, joy, and bliss? That's what I want. But our words have so much power. So what is it that you truly want? Well, today I'm going to teach you how to elevate your energy with compassion and not empathy. Think about it. Being highly sensitive or empathetic is a very low energy because you're giving your power away. But when you are in a compassionate state of being, you stay in your power, in a loving state where you can be a great listener and you can provide advice or counsel or provide resources without being a part of a very low frequency. Here is how you can learn to lead with compassion, moving closer to a core frequency that you desire. So I recommend right now that you grab a journal and you reflect in each one of these steps that I'm going to present to you today, that you reflect and you write in your journal about where you are right now with regards to each one of these steps. All right. Step 1, you must identify the push-pull of energies that Lori was just describing. What energy do I like? What energies do I want to stay away from? What energies do I prefer? And even getting more specific, what energies are more faith-based? Are those the ones that I am drawn to? And by faith-based, I mean energies that are optimistic, that are looking for possibilities and open to opportunities and possibilities, having a unlimited mindset. Is that where you're drawn? Think about it. Do you dislike energies that are unempowering? Do you dislike energies that are limiting? Like, where are you? And if you want a complete list of faith-based mindset examples and fear-based mindset examples, you can find that in my book, Allow Life to Happen and Receive Everything You Desire. So it's very important to look at the energies that you resonate the most with. Where do you want to go? How do you want to be? And what energies are repelling you? You know you don't like them. What energies do I like? What do I not like? And really take some time right now and reflect on that. Once you've identified those, step 2, I know which energies I prefer. Then ask yourself, what is the energetic sensation that I want to feel in my body? What does that feel like if I want to be optimistic, if I want to be open to new possibilities and opportunities? How does that feel within my body energetically? And again, journal, reflect. What does it feel like? Because you have free will. You get to choose how you want to feel in this physical body. You can have anything that you desire. And it's time now to take back your power by knowing what you want and what it feels like. You've heard of the power pose. Think about that. The power pose, hands on your hips, standing up nice and tall. Focus on your belly button and then the center of your energy in the middle of your body. Focus there. And then really focus on energetically, what is the vibration that you want to feel in your body? Is it one of optimism, unlimited opportunities, and really tap into what that feels like? Then when those energies come around that you don't want because you've identified those, you can say, oh, I don't want that. And you can make a conscious decision to get out of that conversation or to steer away from a situation altogether or from talking to certain people. You get to decide. You get to choose. And that is step 2. Step 3, gain knowledge and information and be open to learning. Understand that being empathetic or sensitive is a very low frequency. Again, because you're giving your power away. Just kind of going with whatever is happening. If someone else is upset, oh, I'm going to be upset. If someone else is crying, I'm going to get tearful. No, you get to stand within your power and determine what you want this core frequency to be. You can be in a place, in a high frequency state of compassion. And that's very powerful. So, for example, if I'm having a conversation with someone who is going through a divorce, now I've been through divorce. I know how painful that was. I don't want to go back there. It was a long time ago, and it was a very raw time for me. But I don't want to go back there. I don't want to relive those feelings within my body. But intellectually, I remember what I had to go through. I remember certain situations. And as I'm talking to someone who's telling me about their divorce, I can be a good listener. I can be compassionate. I can tell them, I know what you're going through. I know how hard it is, but I don't have to relive those memories and those feelings in my body. But perhaps because I'm coming from a place of compassion and loving kindness, I can give them referrals or give them suggestions, give them tips from things that I learned, again, from a loving place, from a place of power, knowing that I can be a good listener and a friend or perhaps a mentor without allowing any negativity or fear or just the whole yucky feeling of going through a divorce and what that brings up for people. I don't have to experience that. I don't have to relive it again. I don't have to be a highly sensitive person. I can be compassionate. I can be loving. I can be kind, because that is the state that I choose to be in. And I believe that from that state, we can be much more helpful and be a better guide. So that is step 3. Step 4, remember, you always have a choice. You can embody the core frequency of love. That's your choice. But knowing that if I'm going to have that core frequency of love, it means there's no judgment, there's no resentment, there's no fear. There's no fear in this physical body. I have the choice to be in this state. It's a conscious decision that I am making. And that means that I've done a lot of letting go. Or anyone in this situation that chooses that loving state, it means you've let a lot of stuff go. But why not let the negativity go? Forgiveness. Forgive everyone that's ever wronged you, because it's a loving thing to do. What will you choose? Listen to this next video where he talks about a tool that helps us go within.
So empathy is you feel what others feel. You sense others' suffering. And there's no will. There's no really kind of like readiness to help. Of course, sad, maybe. And you're just feeling. And that is very difficult after a certain level. What is compassion normally? What we call, may you free from suffering and causes of suffering. And at the same time, there's readiness to help. And maybe there's a wish to help. So there's a will. For example, when we begin to meditate, we always develop the compassion motivation. Why I'm practicing meditation? I want to help others. I want to help other beings to free from suffering, to have happiness. For that reason, I'm going to meditate. Then end of meditation, you dedicate your meditation for happiness and free from suffering to all beings.
Yes, meditation is the tool that helps us to develop our compassion and our ability to understand our power, our divinity, and to align with our soul, to understand who we really are as a spiritual being having a physical experience. We're such powerful creators. And yes, we do, again, create our reality. So if you're not meditating, now is the time to begin, and keep reflecting and journaling and going over those 4 steps that I presented to you today. And now here is a guided meditation to remind you of your inner strength and your worthiness.